What up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Grit and the Grind Show. I'm Daniel Ball, and tonight we got all things Las Vegas Venom. We got Paul Behar joining us. He's going to talk to us about everything he's got going on. He is a busy guy. He's a I don't know. He's living the best life. He's doing big things. He's got Team Omnia, his gym, doing big things, doing a lot of weightlifting. He's looking good. And he's got some guys and some girls coming back for the Venom. So all of that we're going to talk to him about. But before we do, as you know, this show is brought to you by Jesus One Apparel. Got it on, repping it. The Middle Game Performance Coaching, Chinook Seeds, and Old Dominic Distillery. Can't go wrong with any of those brands. If you got any questions, hop on the website, hop on YouTube, hop on social media, and check them out. All of them are great. All of them are what I stand by, what I live by, and what I love. But what I really love to do is to talk to athletes, talk to coaches, and talk to our guest tonight, Mr. Paul Behar. Paul, what is up, brother?
What's up, Daniel? Good to be back on the show.
Yeah, man, it's been a hot minute. It's been, I don't know, it seems like it's been forever since, the 2025 season ended, and we're now the new year and trying to get closer to what I would say is, I guess, preseason for the 2026 season. But inevitably it'll be here before we know it. We'll talk a little bit about the Venom and what's going on, but I want to talk to you personally. I see you getting mean, getting lean, getting in fighting shape. I saw you post a video about you can now do your maintenance calories. What's going on, man? Are you just felt like you needed to cut down? Are we competing for something? What's going on?
Dude, it's been super cool. Ever since I got into the fitness industry, the first thing I ever did was coach classes to get a free gym membership, like when I was still in college and couldn't afford one. And I feel like I always just never prioritized myself as an athlete. It was always I just started coaching, and kind of found time to work out when I could or hop into a class here and there.
Right.
And that's been the trajectory the whole way through, So last, my gym just got its 2-year anniversary 2 months ago. And it was just, hey!
I mean, 2 years. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. So as many entrepreneurs would know or business owners would know, it's such a grind, right? Just the crazy hours, the crazy commitments, the crazy sacrifice. And it wears you down. It burns you out. You end up putting some of your own personal things on the back burner. And that was what it was for me, especially the last 2 years. And we're blessed enough that we've been able to kind of get everything running as a business. We've got other coaches here that are doing amazing. We've got, all the athletes here doing incredible. And it's finally been the season where I was able to step out of that work all day and get back to training. So I've been training for really the first time maybe in 3 years. I want to qualify for senior nationals in USA weightlifting.
Nice.
So that's where the weight category comes in. I got to hit a 263 total, I think, weighing 79 kilos. So I guess to do that in pounds, I have to weigh 174 pounds and snatch 265 and clean and jerk 370-ish.
So where are we at? How far away are we?
Not too bad. Snatch 250 and clean and jerk 320.
Okay, so definitely on our way. What's the time frame? When are you looking to compete, or when are you looking to try to have that number achieved by?
So the goal is by April of this year. I have to be able to sign up for a competition in April, middle of April or so, and just pretty much just do my best. It's a pretty big goal, especially because my clean and jerk is so sucky. I'm only 15 pounds away on the snatch, but I'm 35 pounds away on clean and jerk or something like that.
Do you think it's from a coaching standpoint, do you think it's easier to get somebody stronger with snatch or with clean and jerk?
Usually clean and jerk. Um,
See,
snatch is
that's
just
good news. That's good news for you.
yeah, but not for me, bro. I'm I'm weak, dude. I'm so weak, man.
Yeah,
Like comparatively, like so like just in comparison, a lot of other dudes that can snatch 250, their clean and jerk is already 350. Where mine is still 320. It's just a more like technical speed style of movement. So I think it comes a little bit harder to people as far as the technique goes. Um, and I'm just not like the most naturally really strong, raw output type of dude. I'm a little better in endurance and a little better in like volume. But hey, we're gonna make it happen, man. I'm gonna get the strength up.
man, that's exciting, man. It's nothing like, obviously new year, like resolutions and people like have these lofty like gym aspirations, but for you live in the gym. I mean, it's 8 p.m. for crying out loud, and you're still at the gym. You have athletes in the background right now at Omnia doing their thing, and you're there because one, you care about the business, but two, one of the things that I've really noticed about you is business aside and making that be good, you care about the people that are in there working. Like you want them to be good, you want them to be better, you want to coach. And so like I tip my hat to you, man. You are an excellent coach. You're very passionate about it and it shows. So keep up the good work, and I'm confident that your numbers will be there.
You're
Just
gonna
just
fly,
go,
man.
just go and grind, man. Go and grind. That's right.
That's all it is.
You been throwing any energy drinks at anybody lately?
I've been so busy coaching that today we missed. We were supposed to do that today, and we missed the day.
Hey,
So we got to make up the day tomorrow.
it's all good. I find those funny. Have you been able to um successfully guess the right flavor?
I guessed the flavor in 7 days,
Oh,
dude.
nice.
I
Nice.
bro, and it was definitely like I was drinking like 3 a day and studying all the names. I was like, they're not getting me for. We had rules that I had to do 6 different brands, so they
Mhm.
had 6 brands to choose from. So I had to go hard in the paint for that.
Oh man, you amped up for a good hot minute trying to get all those down and get studied up. But
You drink 2 of them just to like be a little bit more awake, and then the third one's where you start feeling jittery.
oh man, you start getting headaches and you're just like, oh man, like this is not good. This is detrimental. This is the reverse of what I'm trying to do.
You get the headaches
Um,
when you don't drink them.
uh, I've had days where I've had too much coffee and I'm just like, God, my head is pounding. And like, I feel like that's why. Could just be I have kids and they're crazy, but it is what it is. But let's talk grid. Um, I guess the best place to start is you've had some time now to think back on last season and l- me being an educator, I want to know, give 2025 season a grade, A, B, C, D, or F. What would you grade it?
Damn. All right. Overall grade.
Yeah.
Overall grade. I would give us like a solid B. Solid B. 84%.
That'll work. I mean, what I was told in college, C's are degrees. So you're good. B's right there, man.
Yep.
Um, what could you like when you say a B, obviously that means there's room for improvement. Looking back on last season, what do you think you could have done differently to maybe have been better? Or was there anything that you could have really done differently? It was just a circumstantial things that led to it being a B.
Um, it was just signing players that didn't have the same level of commitment as one another, right?
Right.
So, whatever the certain levels of commitment that we have in our team and our culture, they might be different than other teams. Our team is really remote, so we don't have like many in person practices. So, there's a lot of different types of commitments that all the teams have. But
Right.
I think what makes great teams is that everyone is committed to the same thing. And I think we just didn't have a clear vision of what that was. Like what is the thing that we're all agreeing to show up for? And so that just leads to some of the, just things falling through the cracks, right?
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing that we went and changed for this season. We took it back all the way to like, what's our core values as a team? What are the things that we want to accomplish as a team? How do we think we're going to be able to do that kind of stuff? And that's like one of the most exciting things about 2026 so far.
Yeah, it's nice to know like you can have some time to reflect and go, "Oh, now I can see what needs to be a little bit different," but also have the time prior to 2026 starting to be able to do those things. Um, you know, when we look at 2026, you have some athletes resign. Whitney's resign, McKenna's resign, Julia Cook, Tori, Dakota, all have resigned. Is that obviously that's a good step in the right direction. Those are solid, foundational pieces. But when we look at that roster, who else is resigning? And is there anybody resigning? Is there anyone new?
So far, the names that you named, excited to have them all back. We actually have our team player camp next weekend. So we'll be out in Las Vegas next weekend doing player camp, getting everybody together to practice. Eddie is coming back. Dan Hardiman is
Eddie,
coming back. Dylan
man,
Florentine coming back. Alex Smith coming back. Who else did we not mention? Danny Barry coming back. So I think we have everybody minus 5 total players that are returning for this season. As far as new players go, I'm really excited for Grace. I'm not going to say her last name right. Rakowski, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I didn't mess that one up. She's our only rookie re-signed this year so far. But we do have a couple of other male prospects. We're looking for some male strength and male utilities to replace what we didn't have last year and fill in those gaps.
definitely, definitely. So next weekend, what was that? Next weekend, 17th in Vegas. You guys are having training camp. Is that going to be strictly for the players that have signed, or is there going to be some opportunity for open tryout per se to see some, potential talent that could, fit some of the areas that you just mentioned?
Yeah, we have a little bit of open tryout, but only specifically for positions. So if you are either a male strength specialist, someone that's a really strong dude, or a male like strength biased CrossFit athlete, utility player in grid, um, we have a couple invitations out. Or if you're seeing this and you want to hit us up, then let us know. And then we're looking for like a girl that loves ring gymnastics. That's kind of like our big hole right now. Let everybody know, right? Let
I mean,
everybody know on the ring, Jack and Jill. Don't come for us yet, unless we sign a gangster. Like who knows? But when we sign a ring girl, that's kind of like the one female hole that we have to fill. So we're looking to get that stuff done, but it's pretty cool. We have so much time before the season starts, so we got more than enough time to find the right people.
oh, no doubt. If anybody can do it, it's you. I mean, we look back on what you were able to do last season as far as bringing players in at certain times. Like you're very, very versed and very good at being able to do that. Obviously, you want to have those on the team solid prior to the season starting, but in the event that you have to kind of the season comes close and it comes on you, like I'm confident you can get players. You know everybody, man. You're the man.
Well, it sucks.
I, I didn't say it was fun now, and I didn't say it was easy, but you are a guy that can do it. I
We
mean,
pulled off some cool stuff.
just open the door and pick somebody. Tell them they're up.
Hey man, I can't, but I really do have to give credit to the team for just as much
Yeah,
of helping out with those last minute people in the roster because at the end of the day, it's my job to verify that they can do what's needed, to know what's needed to be done.
right.
But I don't know everybody, man. Like all of the people on the team were the ones that really brought the interest from the players that came in and filled those gaps.
Mhm.
And it was my job just to make sure that they were placed in the right position. So like, big shout out to Alec, big shout out to Dakota, Danny, Marissa. Oh, Marissa's coming back. That's the one you didn't.
Nice.
We both
Marissa.
did. Of course, Marissa's
Yeah.
coming back. The one other we didn't mention.
And
But
I looked on social media and I saw Marissa and she had a nice little post about, grid trials and everything. And I was like,
mhm.
I wonder if she's coming back because I didn't see anything specifically, but it's good to know that she's coming back. That's a
Yep, yeah.
that's a solid pickup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dude, she's hungry.
Oh
But yeah, dude, like everybody on the team really really put their heads together when we had those tough moments and gaps to fill in 2025. And that was how we made it through, grew stronger together as a team, found the holes, people to fill in those gaps. And dude, I mean, I got to watch a lot more than work really, because they did a lot of that stuff.
I mean, isn't that the goal? Is to have a group of people where it makes your job just easy. You can just sit back and almost be entertained. One of my best college baseball coaching seasons was a year where I could just the coaching was the coaching, but like the guys were so driven and they weren't the best team talent wise, but it was just so much fun to just sit back and just watch them do their thing. Like it's hard to put into words. You just have to be a coach and see it to be able to understand and appreciate it. But it's nice to see an art form, a sport like done very well, and you just kind of sit back and get to be a part of it. So that's pretty sweet. That's why I like being on the sidelines. Like I get to sit back and watch amazing athletes just kick ass, and it's pretty awesome.
Man, the way that they figure out how to do so many things, like it's crazy. It's really cool. Like not only in grid, not only are they, working together on a team and figuring out how to work together and play, like any sport, right? Like
Yeah.
football and basketball, you figure out where your teammates are going to be, right? So they're going to be there when you get them the ball. But like something special about grid is that they're also like reinventing the movements, you know? It's like imagine if somebody in like basketball just started shooting with their feet out of nowhere. Like that's like almost what it is, Like they're taking these movements and figuring out how to like modify them in some weird way to make them more efficient and then also figure out how to work together as a team, bro. It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like shooting a basketball with your feet. And what's crazy is it would take good athletes a long time to do that, but for whatever reason grid athletes have this drive in them. Like when they can't do something or something is really hard, it's like, oh, I'm going to figure that out and I'm going to figure it out very quickly, and they do. Like it's unbelievable. But what would you say would be different this season? You look back last season, you know what you got to do for this season. What's going to be different?
So the goal is going to be everyone being a bit more on the same page. We had, a team of, I think it was 14 rookies last season, so all of those rookies most of them are going to be now season 2. We might be bringing in a couple of players that played previously in the Grid League, maybe have been dormant for a couple years and coming back to the surface.
Oh,
Might have some resurfacing friendly faces,
there you go.
which would be pretty great because it's always great to work with people that understand the sport already. But regardless, we're going to still start from zero. We're going to start from ground zero. What's race number 1? What's rule number 1? What's transition number 1? We're going to really take our time because we haven't. Last season, we didn't have our roster completed till maybe 3 weeks out from match 1. And, now we're here in January with maybe 85% of the roster completed. And doing player camp next week. And so now for 85% of the team, we're going to start from step 1 and every, rock, leave no rock unturned kind of thing.
That's right.
Every rule, every movement, every efficiency that we already know about. And that way we can just, the things that we made mistakes in last year were mainly just on transitions, rep counts, referee player interaction,
Yeah.
handling it. How do you handle that kind of stuff? Um, because the talent, like every team, dude, is so talented. Every team has incredible talent. It's just like playing the sport, right?
Yeah.
Playing the sport is doing the stuff under the pressure, under the gun, when things go wrong, when the referees are making weird calls. And that was, I think, our other challenge last year the most after player um, scouting or player positioning.
Yeah, it's such a fast action sport that when you're in the moment and you get faulted on something, it's very easy to stop and want to have this communication with the referee and be like, "Well, why?" But the reality is you can't really worry about the why right then. You have to just keep moving until you get it right.
Yep.
Um, and then, but obviously knowing that you have players now that have had that experience, this year is a little bit different because they know that. They know what they know. Last year they only knew, you don't know what you don't know until you
Mhm.
get through it. And so now you have that knowledge base, you have those players, you have veterans like Dylan Florentine, Torrey Height, you have those people that can help usher in another level of coaching from the grid where you can go off grid and coach, but they're on it with the players in the moment. And having those types of players there obviously makes a huge difference. Um, what's your personal goal? Let's start with this. What's your personal goal expectation for yourself?
Oh man. Um,
I'm going to ask you your personal goal, or I'm going to ask you your goal and expectation for the team. So one for yourself, one for the team, whichever one you want to field first, you can, and they might go hand in hand. I don't know.
well, I mean, we decided, as a team, what is the goal that we're going to set, and it's to win the championship.
Okay.
So we all agreed, like, hey, that's what we're here to do this season. We're going to put everything that we have to do to go ahead and become a championship team. Um, and so, in such a dynamic and diverse sport, right? Like, there's so many small goals that have to lead up and line up to get into that bigger one.
Yeah.
Um, I think personally, I really want to make money this year. That might be like one of the, personally, I've invested, a lot of loss into the grid league, um, of developing the team, paying for travel, paying for things, and trying to develop these brands and, investments and losses, whatever. If we want to, we can call them investments, right? Because that's a cooler way to say it. And turn some ROI on them.
Yeah.
So really personally, that's something that I want on the business side, to be able to find the next step in creating a business out of this, and make it something that the fans can enjoy and the athletes can enjoy more. Because it's hard, man. And being an athlete is already so hard, and then when you add that, financial obligations and hardships and stuff like that on top of it, it's something that we want. I think collectively as a league, I think
Yeah.
as even a league, I think maybe everybody that's hearing this might agree that like we're all really trying to professionalize this sport this year, and turn it into something that's really not just a niche thing that some people know about, but something that people are learning to really enjoy, like, and really connect with in many different levels. And that I think that's the biggest goal for me.
Oh, no doubt. If you're able to have a return on these investments, like one, it makes it easier to keep this thing going. But two, it just shows like the level of like we're moving forward with the sport. Teams are now making profit or able to do certain things. That opens the doors up to one more sponsors, but also the ability for the players to get certain things that they may not be getting now. And so all of those things are super important. But when you look at the end of the season, and let's say you guys have the opportunity to compete for a championship. Let's say you make it to playoffs. You have an opportunity to win a championship. What was the biggest reason for that happening? Was it solely just the right players, or was it a system, or was it a culture, a buy-in? Like what is it?
Uh, for us specifically, it's gonna be a real little bit of everything. Um, with so many players remote, it's always a really big challenge to develop deep emotional connections. Like there's just nothing like going and dying with one of your buddies in a workout, you know? And if you can only do that with them 4 times per year, 3 times per year, and preseason or something, it's hard to really develop that deeper level of trust and accountability. So that's like a small piece, and then having a system, doing the practices that we're doing or having whatever virtual meetups that we do, that's another piece. Having, doing great work with our sponsors and making sure that we're working together to help them, find their goals and they're helping us. That's another piece. So it's going to be really just getting everything right, which I guess is kind of like a cop out answer. But if we make it there, it's because we did all the little things the right way.
I mean, it goes into what you're saying. There's layers to this thing, and every small little goal is obtainable, but in order to meet the big expectation, the big rock, you got to meet all these little things. And the same with winning and being able to compete for a championship. All these other things have to go according to plan or have to go the right way in order to have that opportunity. So I get you. I get you. There's definitely a lot on the table, but really excited about you guys and what you guys are bringing back. And obviously I can't wait to see, you mentioned some new players, maybe some familiar faces that we haven't seen in grid, but have been grid players before. So, we'll be on the lookout. We'll be on the lookout for that. But man, I really appreciate you, Paul, man. I'm going to let you bounce. Anything you want to plug or promote before you get out of here?
Let's do the player camp. We have player camp next weekend in Vegas. If you're looking to try out, be a part of the team, doesn't mean you have to show up in person. You could also join us online. We'll have some little online sessions that we'll be posting about. So feel free to DM us or myself on Instagram. That's the best way to get in contact. And if you are a local business that wants to work with us, like a sponsor or something like that, I think we have 3 sponsor slots left for the season. So we have a little bit space left, and we're gonna get this thing going.
Let's go. I'm excited, man. It's going to be a good season. Paul, before I get out of here, man, just want to tell you, I'm proud of you, dude. Proud of you, man. You working hard. You look great. The gym's doing awesome. The Venom are ready to get after it. So, man, very proud of you. Can't wait to see you in person. Anything you need from me, man, just reach out.
Thanks for having me on. Hope everybody has a great night.
Absolutely. That's Paul Behar, everybody. If you like hearing Paul's story, or you just like hearing, if you like hearing, oh man, I butchered it. It's been a long night, but if you like hearing Paul's story, or you just like hearing average Joes talk X's and O's, please like, share the podcast on Facebook. Head over to YouTube, like, subscribe, notifications. That way you're first to know when new content is being dropped. This episode will be dropped here in about 10 seconds when I sign off. But in the weeks coming, we got Atlanta Wild. We've got Palms. We've got all the teams for the Grid League. We're going to be talking to owners. We're going to be talking to coaches. And then come February, we're going to start lining up player interviews so you can start learning a little bit about the players. And you can start learning a little bit about who is who and what teams have what. That way, when the season is ready, you know who you need to root for, who you don't need to root for. But more importantly, you're exposed to the awesome players and athletes a part of the league. So hope everybody has a great night. We'll see y'all next week. As always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.